So now we're going to move on to the B part of this example. Same equation that we're going to use and the same information from the previous A part, but it's asking in this case how many grams of the excess reactant remain after the reaction. So we already know what the limiting reactant is. That would be the magnesium. So that means that the excess reactant is a nitrogen, as we said before. So what the question here is asking for is how much of the excess reactant, the nitrogen, that will remain. Now, in order for us to do that, we need to find out how much of the nitrogen reacted. And then once we find out the amount of nitrogen reacting, then we can subtract that from the original amount of nitrogen, which is the 15.00 grams, all right? So I'm going to get out of this and go to the blank PowerPoint slide. And I'm going to rewrite the equation that we had before, which was 3mg plus N2 to give mg 3 and 2, all right? So the question, the B part, says that we need to find out how much of the excess reactant remains, right? Which means that we need to find out how much of the excess reactant reacted. So that means I'm going to start off with a 35.00 grams of magnesium. I'm going to convert that to moles. So I'm going to put 1 mole of magnesium up top and the molar mass, which was 24.31 grams of magnesium. And then the next conversion factor will be expressing the mole ratio between the magnesium and the nitrogen, which is a 3-to-1 mole ratio. So we're going to put 1 mole of nitrogen above as the numerator, 3 moles of magnesium below as the denominator. So that goes with that, that cancels that, and therefore the next conversion factor is where we convert the moles of nitrogen to grams, which means we need the molar mass, which is, in this case, for nitrogen, 28.02 grams of nitrogen per 1 mole of nitrogen. And work that out. So let's see what that gives. 35 divided by 24.31 equals that, divided by 3 equals that, times 28.02. And according to my calculations, this works out to be equal to 13.45 grams of nitrogen. Now remember, this represents the mass of nitrogen that reacted. All right? So therefore, the mass, whoops, where's my pointer? The mass of nitrogen remaining will be equal to the original mass of the nitrogen you started off with, which is 15.00 grams, minus the mass of the nitrogen that reacted, which is 13.45 grams. And whatever that gives, that would be the answer. So according to my calculation, this works out to be 1.55 grams of nitrogen that remains at the end of this reaction. Okay, so I hope you understand how this works, all right? Okay, so let me stop here and let me see what's coming up next. So the next topic we'll be talking about would be the concept of yields, all right? So that's something for you to look forward to, all right? Until next time.